You're listening to HowStreet.com radio, available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. Welcome to HowStreet.com radio, the online source for market opinions. Here is Jim Goddard.
My guest is Mahendra Sharma. He's from Santa Barbara, California. He uses cycles, technical analysis, and astrology to forecast the markets, and he's had many great market calls in the past. Mahendra, welcome to HowStreet.com radio.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, exactly how do you use cycles, technical analysis, and astrology to forecast the markets?
Yes, I created a very interesting theory. It took many years for me, but when I was watching and doing some research from the 1990, that because I had a small knowledge of astrology. I learned astrology from my grandfather when I was in between 8 and 9 year old, and I was just helping his weaker eyesight. So because he had a weak eyesight, so I was just whatever he used to tell me to read or write it numbers and how to read the charts, and he was teaching me. So I learned, but when I used to watch him while he made the few predictions, and they were so accurate, they were coming so accurate. So I said that in future coming time, if I learn this subject, then I may implant this one or this one. I can make a great combinations to predict the financial market trend. And actually 1991 it happened when I saw one day watching the gold prices on the TV screen on the CNN. That time I was in Africa, Kenya, and I think, I don't know that day gold was up or down, I don't know, but I said that, wow, if I able to predict the gold trend, then it won't be interesting. I asked one of my friend, and he said, yeah, Mahendra, many people in Western world, they will love to hear that if you're able to forecast the financial market trend. So I created this theory, and this theory basically, the wave of nature theory, I gave the name, and I created this theory from the micro astrocycles, that how the behavior pattern, how the reactions of investors will be on any small event or anything. So how it works that, let's talk about the 2001 when 9/11 came, and it was big sad news. But what happened that time? The people started diverting from the dollar and started buying gold. And then the 10 people started talking, then 100 people started talking about the metals and gold, and then 1,000 people started, and then media came in, and then that like a twister kind of thing started. So that's called the wave cycle. And through the microcycle, you can see that any small news or any small event, how it will going to represent the whole market. That is basically a cycle theory. So in the when you read the astro cycle, they are connected with the nature. So like in 1995, when I was reading the astro cycle, and the astro cycle represented something with the air. So I said, what will going to happen air related financial market? What is the correlations or connections between the air and the financial market? And then it just came in my thought when I was reading this chart sitting near the swimming pool, and my thought came, technology, internet, telephone, communications, this is all related with the air, communications. So that's how the first predictions I came with the tech bubble in the 1995, 1996, and the people made fortune, and then the people started, what is the next cycle? I said, in my astro cycle indicating something underground. And underground is what? It just represents the mining or the natural resources. And that's how I came out. It was very simple. It was, for me, it was so simple. But many people still, they cannot believe that when the gold was at 272 and I predicted that gold would reach 1600, when the silver was $4.30 and it would reach $50. And basically that was the 12-year cycle. And I predicted, and So this each planet they represents some elements, and then you have to find out that, and basically that theory, that study, I did it, and I try to find out that. If I try to explain, then it will take 10-15 hours on this podcast. So, but in brief, the micro astrocycles, which represent a certain area, and then the behavior pattern, which is connected with our human behavior pattern or investors' behavior pattern, which connects with that area, and then either we behave aggressively, or we started liking and started having love with the gold or stock market or Google or anything. It is just the attractions. It's so complicated theory, but I made it so simple that basically represents reading the astrocycle represents the cycle theory and the behavior pattern of investors, and that can give you a great outlook, the future coming outlook from this theory.
When you first started using the wave of nature cycle, were people cynical that it could work?
Yes, even I had a doubt that how it will going to work. Though I had 100% faith and confidence that what I was doing, but even I had a doubt, because there are so many combinations to come out that clearly and say that okay, this will going to work. Because everyone, on every single day on the media, I see a CNBC or any other media, everyone says that nobody can nobody can predict the market trend or the future. Nobody can predict future. But if you see last 20 years, if you track all the track record from the tech bubble to the mining and the natural resources cycle rising from the 2001. 2006, I warned investors to stay away from the housing. 2009, there is an interview on my website from the Jack, CNBC, on the 26th of February 2009, market bottoming out on the 6th of March 2009, that predicted clearly and said that the Dow will going to reach 32,000. So each and every predictions, I think. Because I watch my predictions very, very closely, and I can say that it is a very hard for new people to believe, or anybody, those who do not have a little bit experience, or either somebody will follow my work for the 2, 3, 5 years, and then he will say that, yeah, this guy was saying. So it is a very difficult to believe in all this occult science, or which not really have a certified thing that okay, this will exactly will happen. But the one thing I tell you something very, very clearly, that sun rises every day morning. It has a rising time. It has a sunset time. There is a full moon. There is a new moon. All the moon cycle, our behavior pattern, everything is so correlated. When the time is negative for the market, then the fear, you see everybody is fearing. Everybody have a fear. When the time is very powerful for the market, everybody that has a confidence. The confidence is represented by the planet Mars. The fear is represented by the Saturn and the different other planet. So it is so many things you have to combine, and then you just purify that okay, this. So it took me, I think, 4 or 5 years total to purify that okay, these are the thousands of combinations, and I have to just follow the basic combinations. And that's what I have done with this theory. But yeah, you are 100% right that it is a very complex thing, and still though if you ask or if you take any interview from any of my members, they will say that how Mahendra predict, but we are subscribers since last 1 decade and we like it. But how I predict, or they still understand, it is a big question mark. But it is a most powerful theory, and I hope that I will able to pass this theory to someone else, or my son, or I don't know. But the very honestly, I must say on your show that this theory is so amazing, because it gives you the vague picture of the future, and how the behavior pattern will be, how we will behave, and that is what, the planet just control our behavior pattern. The same Jim you are or same Mahendra Sharma, within a 24 hours, we changes our mood, our attitude changes. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are, we have a lot of anxiety, sometimes we are anger, sometimes we are just upset, sometimes we are just down without any reason. So it is a within us, it is a happening, which is a very, very hidden, but its changes comes within us even, without even the notify or anything. We will just feel. And those feelings plays a most important role in the financial market. I just diverted whole theory toward to the financial market.
We'll have more from Mahendra Sharma right after this.
More and more people are looking to the internet for intelligent, riveting, and thought-provoking interviews. To advertise on the Goddard Report and TalkDigitalNetwork.com, call 604-699-8600, 604-699-8600.
Welcome back. We're speaking to Mahendra Sharma from Santa Barbara, California. His website, MahendraProphecy.com. You were calling for 3,200 on the S&P 500. Where do you see the S&P 500 for the remainder of this year through next year? And when are we likely to see 3,200 on the S&P?
Yes, Jim, I think what I made these predictions in 2009, and I was expecting 3,200 in the 6th year, which is, I think, it won't going to happen exactly in the 6th year. It may take more, maybe next 18 to 20 months. But if you ask me very, very clear answer, and my answer will be, I think by first quarter of the 2017, S&P will going to hit 3,200. Dow will be around 30,000 or somewhere there, same place. The Nasdaq will be almost the same way. It will going to move higher. With the same percentage. So I think the trend which started, from the 6th of March, when the major astro cycle changed, and this cycle supposed to remain 7.5 to 8 years longer. So I think I can call it, or I can recommend people or those who are listening this podcast interview, I can recommend them to hold the investment till the first quarter of 2007. If you make enough money to make sure that your retirement is taken care very well, then I think you should avoid the market after March or April 2017. But before that, still the major part of the excitement is pending in the market. Started walking like a child, then it became young, then it is in the very strong cycle. Now, soon from the September, we will going to enter into the very bullish phase, and then you will see in the 2016 bubbly kind of things, and then finally stays the euphoria, because each cycle ends, and the cycle has a 12, in my astro cycles, I have a 12 stages. The small stages, and sometimes each stage can remain for the 3 months, 5 months, or even the longer. If you read my book, 2015 Financial Predictions, in that you will see clearly that from the mid-May to the mid-June, the markets remaining uncertain, some profit booking coming. Then from the 15th of June market, they may start rising, and then in the same time, Chinese market will hit 2,000. Chinese market, they would be at the historic high in the bubble era. And this is all written when I was writing the book last year in the September, October, November. So you can see, and also in that same chapter, I have said that from the 14th of June to the September 12th or somewhere, that date is there, and I write with all the dates, and in that I have mentioned that the most of the USA market and the other market, they will be moving toward to the historic high. So I think this is a very, very interesting era, and the people should remain invested in the market, hold it tightly. Also in the same book and previously last year I mentioned that the financials and the banking stocks, they will going to do very, very well in the 2015 onward. And I can see that now the bankings are trading very positively. They are showing the positive behavior pattern. So I think this whole thing, not only like a tech or biotech stocks, but the whole market will start moving higher from here onward. I think people should stay in the market at this stage. And my predictions, once again, by first quarter of 2017, S&P should hit 3,200.
Well, you've just outlined some of your successes from your publication, 2015 Financial Predictions. Do you have any specific areas where you think things will be bullish and bearish?
Yes, I think in 2015 book, I said that interest rate, they would be rising. Also employment rates will keep dropping. So I think these two factors, everybody's fear about the interest rate, but all of the positive data, economic data, I think they are supporting that the what I saw in 2009 is slowly happening in the each stage every year. The positive attitude of the market, positive attitude of investors, and all other data, they are coming positive. So I think I recommend investors to remain in the financials, because in 2015 I recommended investors to keep accumulating financials. Lately I have been recommending buying cybersecurity stocks very, very aggressively. I have been also recommending to buying tech stocks. They will going to perform very well. And because we are about to enter into the bullish pattern. So I think the most of the frontline index-based stocks, those who represents the index, the stocks which represent the S&P, Nasdaq, and the Russells, all these stocks will going to start moving up, because if the S&P want to move to 3,200 or above, then all these index-based stocks have to move. And I think what they have taken this small pause in the last 3-4 months, the sideways directions, that is great. That is a great news, and that is what I saw in my book. And for the 2015, the May and until the half of the June, and this is what I see, that all this the key frontline stocks are trading sideways. So they are making ground, and stock market is ready for the most interesting rise or most interesting era of the history. I think we are about to enter. So it's very, very interesting time coming for the investors.
Internationally, you were bullish on China and Shanghai, and you were bang on. Now, recent developments and articles talk about how rural Chinese farmers are making more money by speculating in the markets than they are working in the fields. How do you think the Chinese market is going to work out? I mean, I just heard of one company looking for $1.5 billion in investments, and instead they got the entire GDP value of Hong Kong in 1 year.
Yes, I think what is happening with the China is a purely a positive attitude, and positive attitude created by the astro cycle. So when I was predicting, if you see and if you read my on my website the previous last year's April, May, June, July weekly letters and the daily flash news, I was recommending the ETF YINN, which was around $23, and I recommended very strongly, and it was leverage ETF, and I said that rather than finding Chinese stocks, just invest in this ETF. This ETF is around the $55 now. It went to the 70 almost, So So because this cycle, what I was watching very closely, and exactly happened. Now I think still I don't recommend anybody to short the Chinese market. The euphoria can go on, and Shanghai can hit easily more than 6,000. So I think people shouldn't be shorting this market, and if they have a guts and if they can invest in Chinese market, they can do. But I won't recommend, because if you have two options open, like a US and China, I will definitely recommend, or I am recommending at this stage, to invest in the USA stocks rather than the China. I am recommending, like this week, I'm recommending very strongly in my weekly letter to buy a Brazil and India, because historically, if you see all the pattern historically, that always the first half of the year, Brazil and India always struggle. And you can see that the Indian stock market is down almost 11% from the high of this year. So it is exactly happening that these cycles are, if you follow, that what was Saturn was in the Cancer in the 80s, and how the oil bubble came, and the exact, in the Cancer. And the same Saturn came in the Cancer in the 2004, 5, 6, So that's the reason I predicted the oil going to $100 when it was $16 in 2001. So few cycles are so certain that they have to come and they have to create and they have to fall back. And the same way, like a Chinese market still in the bubble territory, and it can remain there. It can, Shanghai can move higher and higher. So I'm not recommending anybody to sell or short the Chinese market, but surely, if we have a choices to invest, then definitely we can buy a INDL, which is an Indian ETF, or BRZU, ZU as a Brazilian ETF. They are leverage ETF. People can choose among the leverage or non-leverage, and then they can invest in that. And if you are staying in the USA, then you can invest little bit money in these ETF and USA stock market. If we going the S&P going to 3,200. Then definitely, well diversify the portfolio can achieve a great return.
What lies ahead for the energy markets and energy stocks?
That's I think the little bit is concerning to me, because the last year when I was in New York in the mid-May, and one of my friend who invests. His fund is 100% invested in the energy, and he was with me, and we were having a dinner, and I said that Eric, his name is Eric, and I said, Eric, I won't surprise if oil loses the 50% value, or even oil goes $40, $30 in the coming time. And this was when oil was around $98. And he said, Mahendra, how can this can be possible? Because there is no negative news, nothing. I said, this cycle is not showing very encouraging indications, and oil may remain in the bear cycle for the many, many years. And he said, really? I said, yeah, I think you should watch your investment. Don't invest too much money in the stocks and the energy stocks and the oil. In the coming time, you will see a weakness coming. And it was even I was very surprised, and even like till today, all my members, they are very thankful that I was able to call this bear market. And everyone says on CNBC that nobody predicted the fall of the oil, but if you see my last year, May, June, July, all the letters, I was kept writing about the weakness in the oil and how fast oil would go. But anyway, oil hit my predicted target of the 44.55, which was my lower side support level, astro support level. And after that, I predicted and I recommended buying people that those who were short or cover the 100% short and buy oil around 44.55. I don't see oil going below 44.55 at this stage in the near term or medium term. I don't see that. And the higher side, I don't see oil going above 72 in the 2015 or even 2016. So I think the 72, 73 level will going to remain very, very tough. At this stage, short term, I have been recommending the very small, like those who trade on the weekly basis. I recommending people to get out around the 62 level or 63 level and buy back at the 57 level. Compared to the oil, I think energy stocks, they will going to perform very badly. So if somebody is planning, or if any listener is planning to put a new investment in, the new investment in the energy, at this stage, I won't recommend him to anybody to put in the new investment at this stage. Maybe in the future coming time, but not in the 2015, 2016. Of course, somebody can put in the quality stocks, or when the oil goes down and where my buying level comes, then somebody can go and buy, and they can make a quick to 20-25% gain, like those who bought it oil at the 44.55, they made a good money in the last 3 months. But I don't recommend anybody to invest any big money in the oil market, or if any of the stocks they are holding, and if they are moving higher, they should be getting out and creating cash, and hold those cash. If they don't like to put in anywhere else, then they just hold it cash and maybe they enjoy the life.
You've been bearish on precious metals and the miners for the past 2 years. Where do you see gold, silver, and the miners going from here?
I think I don't have a really great news for at this stage for the mining investors, and like the last 2.5 years, because my large crowd and whatever the small popularity, what I got it in the West, only because of the metal predictions, only because of the gold, gold predictions, which gave me the stand, especially in the Western community, because I predicted that gold would rise to the 1600 when it was 275 or 272 when I launched my first book in South Africa, Johannesburg. And in that book, I mentioned that the gold reaching to these levels. So I recommended everyone to buy gold and mining stocks, and the people made fortune. There is no doubt about it. But at this stage, since last 2 years, I'm not 2.5 years, in fact, 3 years, I have been not recommending anyone to buy metals at this stage, not the mining stocks, not at all. Since last 3 years, every single week, I write in my weekly newsletter that avoid the mining stock at this stage. Avoid any buying, the physical buying in the gold and silver. It doesn't mean that I am talking negative because I'm very bullish on the equity market, but the cycle, what is showing me, because we have to respect the money. If we create a love and the hate relationship in the market, then we can lose money. If I love gold, that I love gold and gold is a great, then that is not the way to invest in the market. And I used to write very bullish about the gold from the 2001 to 2010-11. And now I don't write it because I don't see any cycle. And at this stage, gold is in the final bearish cycle, which I think in my book I mentioned from the 14th of June, gold may start dropping down. So I think, we'll start having a corrections. So I think 14th of June is, I think, this weekend. So I think I recommend people to stay invest in any new investment, putting any new investment in the gold and the mining stocks. Just wait aside for at least for the next 3 months. I think they should stay away, and then see that because Jupiter is changing, and I would like to see that how this Mars, the Jupiter changing and having a combinations with the Mars, those are all historically they have been very positive. So if suppose the gold drops from here within the next 2.5 months, 3 months, then I think that combinations can provide a strong rebound in the gold. But at this stage, I am not recommending anyone to buy gold or silver or copper or zinc or any of the metals at this stage. Neither I am recommending the metal stocks, because there are chances that my most strong astro support point where the wave cycle starts, the 1180, if it starts trading below 1180, then 1142, which I have been writing since last 2 years, that 1142 or 1140 is a very strong base support line for the astro support line for the gold. If that breaks and start trading 60 hours, below that level, which is a one cycle of the moon, 60 hours is a one cycle of the moon. If it trades below that, then the whole cycle turns negative, and which can open the door for gold to go to the $980 or even below. So I think this is not the time to sow the love or sow the confidence. This is time to money management, and I think keep your cash on the side, and you will have metal investors will have a great opportunity. If it falls below those level or around those level, then I'm going to write, if suppose my cycle is turning positive, then people can take advantage of those bearish cycle to buy back the positions.
Your bearish call on bonds with advice for aggressive traders to add shorts in the middle of March was right on target. Now, what do you see for the bond market short and long term?
Yes, my target was 165 to 171. Which was achieved, and I see interest rates rising, but compared to the interest rate, I think the bond prices will act completely differently, and they will surprise many, because whenever the trend changing cycle is start, like in 2001 when the gold and the oil and silver cycle changed, it surprised many. Nobody thought that these commodity they could go so high. Nobody thought about it. So whenever any cycle is start, even in the 2009 when the stock market was crashing, and I gave interview to Jack and said that Jack, this is the end of the bear cycle, and the S&P is going to the 3200. He stopped me. That Mahendra, hold on. You saying S&P going to the 3200 when right now is 680 or something? And I said, yeah, absolutely, because the cycle is bear cycle is ending. It doesn't matter, because all other people, they see the media news and read the paper and all those things, and they read all the articles, and so much gloomy. And I don't see all those things. I just purely see astro cycle, and that's the reason I think I was. So far in last 20 years, I was able to predict fearlessly all those predictions. I was able to make those predictions because I don't see all other factors which are written in the media and news and all those things, and because they affect. And once anything is affected in your mind, then slightly question mark comes in your theory. So same way, the bond prices, a 30-year bond, the June contract, they are trading around the 151. If I come right, then I see in 2 years' time they're going back to the 118, which is a big move in the 30-year bond prices, and they definitely interest rate will going to move higher in the USA, which will going to give a supremacy to the dollar, which will put a more fire to the equity market, and all the combinations, they are matching what I saw in the 2009. So year by year, everything is matching. So I think if those are matching since last 5.5, 6 years, then definitely the final phase of the bullish and the euphoria cycle, which will be historical euphoria cycle in the stock market, equity market, and which will going to come true. So I think I'm not recommending people to buy any positions in the bond.
What do you see the U.S. dollar doing from here?
U.S. dollar, if you read the same time last year, the 79.50 for U.S. dollar index was my strongest support point, and I recommended people to buy from there with target of the 90. But I never saw that within a year I said that my 1 year target is 90, but it went to the 100. And now I don't see it is going below 90. So I think maximum lower side is 3 or 4 points, but higher side I see dollar is going to go 120 mark, and this 120 mark will going to achieve very within the next 3.5 years. Euro. If you read many of or if you hear many of this the interview which I gave in the 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you can see that I'm very bearish on euro once he reached the 150, and which was in 2007-8. And from there, the last year, early this year, the target was 104, which already hit. Now it's around the 114 or 113 or 112. It has been going around that level. I don't see euro going to cross 118 or above in the near term or the medium term future, or even in the longer term. It means that the euro is going to go down slowly, and euro will going to lose value against the US dollar, against the Canadian dollar, against each and every currency. Euro will going to lose par value soon, and eventually euro will going to go back to the 0.83 from where I started making predictions for the euro in the 2001. Because I see a eventually vertically split in the eurozone, which is not immediately, but surely after 2.5, 3 years, I see a vertically split in the eurozone. Not only the Greece, but the many countries will be out from the eurozone. It will be a whole messy situations, and that's the reason I think I see from the mid of the 2017, I don't see really a very happy ending period for the market as well as currency market. So I think longer term dollar, US dollar looks great. Canadian dollar is my second favorite according to what my astro cycle theory. So I think that the Canadian investors should hold the Canadian dollar, and the US dollar as well as the emerging market currencies. They will also act completely differently. They won't follow the euro anymore now. They will hold great value against the euro, and all other currencies like a Swiss franc and Australian dollar we will going to be in trouble also. But two most the negativity or the three major currencies like a euro, Swiss franc, and the Japanese yen, which I have been predicting since last 3-4 years, very negative trend. They will going to remain in the negative zone for the next 3 to 5 years down the line.
You have daily and weekly newsletters. How can people get them?
They can subscribe on my website if they are trading gold or energy or stock market or grains or soft or 30-year bonds or currencies, because I write for all the markets since last 14 years, every weekly letter and every daily letter. And I think I just try to provide a vague picture. In my weekly letter, I just try to provide a vaguely picture of the future coming time. If I see something very strong momentum is coming somewhere, I write it very strongly. I also write it sometimes off the market, something to like because I believe in this cycles theory, and these cycles are connected with the nature, and we are all children of the nature, and I think what I believe that remaining humble and helping the most needy always helps, because we are part of the 5 elements, and we are 6 billion populations on this planet. We are all different from each other. It is the most unique creations. Even though we are from the same parents, the brother, sister, but we are all different. We are most unique creations from the nature. And I think at this stage, what I see that the money plays the most powerful role. We like it or we don't like it, but it plays because it is energy. And it's so much energy that it has taken a center place on this planet, and everything has to go around that. And it can be unfortunate part, or I don't want to comment on that, but if the people makes money, then I think they should remain humble, and they should also help needy people. And this money cycle, I have been now closely reading and closely making one theory on the money cycle, and how we can create a more wealth to help more people. And we never fear to spend, because many people, they feel that, or I see that they don't like to spend on the somebody, or the taking a part in the charity, or the helping somebody. Money won't finish, because it is a nature, it is a hidden cycle. the more money will come if you help or you remain humble, or if you help needy or your neighbor or your relative or your in the family or for the country. Then more money will come. Many people even like they feel like they don't want to pay such a high taxes. If they pay more high taxes, the next year they will make more money. I'm telling you, it is a most hidden, very interesting cycle. So I think this whole subject, sorry, I'm going just off track from the financial market, but the whole thing, like we can't finish this interview in the hundreds and hundreds of the hours, because our life, we have a heart, we have a soul, we have a mind, and they are so uniquely work. If you put the astrology into the account, it's amazing, because astrology is what? Astrology is, people is scared with the name astrology, you know. It is a what we're living into current. We don't have any choices. We can't stop sun. Okay, sun won't rise tomorrow. We can't do that. We can't change something. That's called the wave of nature, or the astro cycles. We can't change them. We can't stop the rising of the sun. We can't stop the rising of the moon, or we can't do any major changes or in the nature cycle. So better we follow the nature cycle. And if you follow the nature cycle, if you respect the nature cycle, then you remain with the nature cycle. You flow in the wave with the nature cycle. And I think the best results, they come always if you remain I think one thing I have seen in my life, though I don't meet many people in my life, I try to remain very quiet and very silent. But I think if you remain humble, if you help people, more money comes in the life, and that's what I believe. So I think if the people makes money from the stock market or anything, yeah, they can also help other people. So that is my main motto, that make money and help other people, help most needy. If you can, even one person is fine. Even if you can do it 10 people, that is great. But yeah, so I think and also the time looks great according to what I see. If my theory comes right, then we will going to see a most interesting era for the stock market. So I think if people make money, and if and those who are waiting to buy metal and the metal stocks, if they get in at the right time when it's bottoming out, then it will be. If they make money, then share with the people, because this is all. Sometimes your account goes to the $1 million, and then within a few months or within a few years come back to the 300,000. Then you wish that I wish that I would have removed the 700,000 and I would have done so many other things with other people. So I think take advantage of the current cycle, and that's what I believe in.
Mahendra, thank you very much for chatting with us. Yeah,
it is my pleasure, and I wish you great luck, and I'm sure that your listener or those who subscribe to your podcast, they will enjoy this show. And if you have any questions which is important, they can send me the email.
My guest has been Mahendra Sharma. His website, mahendraprophecy.com. You're listening to HowStreet.com radio. Find us on Twitter at Talk Digital Net. Our YouTube channel is Talk Digital Network. Comments about the show can be sent to info@HowStreet.com. I'm Jim Goddard.
Comments made on HowStreet.com radio are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any matter whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. HowStreet.com radio is a production of HowStreet Media Incorporated.